Some things in life, it just gets too late to learn.
Hi, I'm Howard Sounes, the author of Down the Highway, The Life of Bob Dylan.
Well, I'm lost somewhere. I must have made a few bad turns.
And this is Play That Rock and Roll.
I understand that you had the opportunity to speak with William Zanzinger.
Yeah.
And I'm just very interested. I mean, as a kid listening to The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll, I mean, he was like this great villain in my mind, and kind of gave me a social awareness. So I'm interested in hearing about that.
Yeah, well, me too, because when I first started listening to Bob Dylan, my best friend was learning the acoustic guitar, and he would have the Bob Dylan songbook, and he would play The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll, and I would sit listening to him. And of course, the name William Zanzinger is so distinctive. He's become a kind of mythical character. And this is the difference between Bob Dylan writers generally and me as a biographer. So when I come to write my Bob Dylan book, I don't just kind of write 400 words about The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll. My instinct is to find William Zanzinger, which nobody else, it seems, have bothered to do. But it's not that difficult. It wasn't that difficult. He was in the phone book, but all these other Bob Dylan writers hadn't bothered to check. And in 1999, in the Maryland phone book, there was the very distinctive name William Zanzinger. So one morning I rang him up and I said, "Hello, Mr. Zanzinger, Howard Sounes here, writing a biography of Bob Dylan." He said, "That son of a bitch." And of course, I really knew I had the right man. And I said, "Yeah, Bob Dylan." He said, "I should have sued that son of a bitch and put him in jail." And I said, "Oh, really? Why is that, Mr. Zanzinger?" And he said, "Well, that son of a bitch, he's a bastard. He's a no good son of a bitch, lying." He goes off on this rant, this angry. You could imagine his face going bright red in Maryland. And I was taping this, I had a tape bug, and I taped the whole thing. And I spoke to him. My method in such a conversation would be to sort of play the, "Oh, really?" Calling from England, terribly polite. "Oh, I'm surprised you feel like that, Mr. Zanzinger." And of course, he just screams and shouts and rages. And eventually he gets so worked up, he kind of explodes and slams the phone down. But by then I've got this really actually unique tape of this madman, this racist madman, talking about this historical case, which makes a nice paragraph in the book. And in fact, we turned that into a BBC radio documentary called The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll, which you can still hear online.
But you who philosophize disgrace.
As a lifelong admirer of Bob Dylan's music, this is a song I've known since I was a boy. As Dylan's biographer, it is a song I had to address when I wrote Down the Highway, The Life of Bob Dylan in 2000. I wondered what Zanzinger thought of the song. Was he still alive? I found him listed in the Maryland phone book.
You got him?
Is that William Zanzinger?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. My name is Howard Sounes. I'm calling you from London, England.
As soon as I introduced myself, he began to rant and rave about how Dylan had defamed him.
He's no Kent son of a bitch.
I will look that up, and I will, if I find the link, I will include that in the notes of this episode. That's excellent.